How you doing? If you want a clue as to how today has gone, I want to get this over and done with quickly. Not good. Not good. I just started out not great, became funny, and then partway through, towards the end of the day, I started to kind of lift up again. But I've been angry. I've been upset today. First things first. Inky was supposed to be at work today. Normally I'd get up in the morning to help Inky get ready for work. There was no fucking chance in hell I was getting her out of bed this morning. She is plagued like you wouldn't believe. She's got all the same plague that we have. She ain't in work. She's now been given another week off by the doctor. She has got a nasty, nasty, nasty infection, chest infection, fancy goop coming out of places, and just not great. And because of where she works, it's an infection problem. She can make other people sick, and these people are considered vulnerable. So no. So Inky's not well. Got the kids into school, and I got a call from DeWald, and I had a bit of a laugh talking to DeWald. It was a laugh. It's usually a laugh when I talk to DeWald when I'm not pulling my goddamn hair out. We were just talking guitar, bass, faffing around. And said, you know what, mate? For a laugh, because yesterday I was talking about how I ran my Squier Strat through the bass amp with a distortion pedal, just to prat about. I was talking riffs with DeWald, because he was talking about, because he's doing bass lessons now. He was talking me through some of the riffs that they were teaching him, some of the exercises they were doing, and I said, you know what, for a laugh, because I don't like my bass amps. I don't like the dirty sound, I don't like the distortion of it at all. It's crap. Plus I don't like distorted bass. I said, well, for a laugh, you know what, I'll get the ML, was it the ML2, the Metal Zone? No, the Metal Core? Whatever it is, the it's not the Metal Zone, it's not the, not the really, really old ones. I don't know which one it was, the fucking silvery black one. That one, I think it's the Metal Core. I'll plug that into the fucking amp and I will just crank it and we'll plug the bass into it and I'll dick about with it. So this is what happens. I'll change everything to like nothing with the exception of like 2 on the volume and crank the pedal. And add in chuckling away as I noodled around on the bass. Played a few of the riffs that they were teaching him on the bass, and it was a good laugh. He had the nerve to say that I was noodling around like Cliff Burton. Not a fan of Cliff Burton's bass playing, to be honest with you. Fine bassist, not my groove though. Metallica's first real bassist for the first 3 albums they released. Not my groove at all. But it's one of DeWald's influences, so, whatever. Because I was noodling around with no particular skill. Like I said yesterday, nothing musical or anything like that, just faffing about. What kind of sounds can we get out of the thing? And yes, we just had a little chat in there. And Inky says, shall we start scanning her art book for the sketchbook project? And I'm like, okay, cool. I have spent most of my day scanning this book. Scanning this book at a reasonably high DPI, high quality, takes up a lot of RAM and a lot of hard drive space. The end result, scanning this book in not the highest quality, is coming at 4.5 gigs. The end result, 4.5 gigabytes. I've spent all afternoon on it. But as I was scanning it, my machine started throwing up low space ones because I was literally bombing my RAM and bombing my swap, and I have like no space on the machine at all. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just transfer over some files. I'm gonna copy over some files. I've got some daily vlog stuff I can copy over. I've got a drive for the daily vlog. I might as well copy over like the last what, 2 weeks to a month or however long I've done. I have done a month, it's been about a couple of weeks. I'll copy those over and that should give me enough space to finish the book. And I plug in the fucking daily vlog drive, which is literally only a couple of weeks old. We bought it a couple of weeks ago, something like that, like no more than a month ago, so I was complaining how I'd run out of space. And it wouldn't mount. It wouldn't mount. And I started to freak out. I was just sat there and it was flashing, the machine saw it. And it was just the light on it was blinking and flashing. And it said, you know, Western, whatever the label on the drive was, like Western Digital, whatever that is. And I started to freak. Like, I really started to freak. It just would not mount. And it just sat there, and it just sat there, and it was ticking away, and it was ticking away. And the other Western Digital drives and Seagate drives I have, you just plug them in, and bam! Even when they're fully loaded, they're just there, and they work. This one didn't do that. So I ejected it. I safely ejected it. And I thought, all right, I'll try it on my other laptop. I'll see if it's just my machine, because my machine's busy and I'm spanking it. Let's try one of my other machines. Plugged it into this, the exact same issue. And I was like, oh, no, okay, we'll try a different cable. So I grabbed another USB cable, plugged it in, same issue. Flipped over to a Windows machine, tried it on that. Thought maybe it's Linux, like maybe I haven't got the right like file system. What the thing that handles file systems? Have I got the right one installed? So, like for example, some machines you can't use exFAT on Linux without installing like exFAT Fuse and things like that. If you haven't got it, you can't read it, you can't open it, it doesn't work. And I was like, well, maybe I haven't got the right thing installed, so kind of thing. Let's go to Windows and see if that'll see it. No, in fact, that hung the machine. I was like, oh, fuck's sake. Managed to get it to shut down. I was like, okay, last ditch effort, without actually fiddling around with the drive, so I don't want to risk losing anything on it. Let's go upstairs to the iMac. Now, I've not used the iMac in feckin' moons. We've not used it since we lived in the bungalow. Long time ago. In fact, actually, I think Inky might have used it for some photos, which I'll get to in a minute. Plug it into the iMac, and I load up Disk Utility, and it's like, no, there's partition, can't check it, because there's no partition slice or something like that. I don't know what that means, I haven't looked it up yet, but it just could not do anything with it. You couldn't run a disk check on it. But after about 5 minutes, there it was. The drive mounted, it was there. Okay. Cool, eject, and gravy. Now, I don't know if, because I don't know what that means, the error means, I don't know if any of the data is lost. Like, you load up the directories and it's there. Now, admittedly, the machine upstairs was USB 2, so it took a long time to load anything up at all, and I have tried it on a machine down here on USB 3, and it runs. They load up quicker, they take forever to mount, but things do load up. I just don't know if everything will load up, if everything is still there. So I'm just going to unplug it and sit it to the side until I can afford another drive to potentially get that stuff off. If not, I'm going to be looking at a bill to send it to a company to do magic to it, to get data off of it. Because that is every vlog from like August 8th or 9th up until about 2 to 3 weeks ago. Every vlog, every photo, and all this other stuff that I've done over that time, stuck in limbo. I bought that drive specifically to put that stuff on. I'm always tight on space. It's bummed, or on its way out, maybe, possibly, and I'm terrified to fiddle fuck ass around with it just in case I do completely lose everything. But the reason I'm extra upset... Hi, Iggy. Actually relates. Hang on. crossing my fingers that you can actually see me at this point. I'm being lit by the wonders of a television set. The reason I'm so upset, well, the reason I'm so upset about all this isn't necessarily about losing a daily vlog drive. I figured this would happen eventually. It's not the first time I've had this kind of thing happen. When I was hooking up the iMac, I knew that Inky had a hard drive up here somewhere. A Western Digital MyBook that she'd been using on and off for years for various things. Photos, music, maybe even just like little text documents with like little diary entry things or whatever, I don't know. I just assume that everything that Inky has, like pen drives and hard drives, will eventually have, or at some point have, some kind of little snippet, like I mentioned from the other day in like, was it Diaries are Better Than Vlogs or something like that. Like where Inky will have like what is effectively a scrapbooky style entry of something, and Inky has been using. The trouble is, Inky takes data off of old computers, old phones, old laptops. This stuff could have been like, could have been 4 years old, could have been 5 years old, could have been 12 years old. There could have been stuff from when she was a teenager on there. Could have been, you know, quite recent stuff on there. It could have basically covered a wide range of time. I knew there was a drive up here. I was trying to be really careful. I looked around to make sure that I wasn't likely to damage it. And as I'm pulling the iMac power cable to plug it in, I was trying to feed it around the cabinet. BAM! And I was like, please don't let that be the one thing that I'm terrified of breaking. And I looked down the back of the cabinet, and it was the MyBook. It was the hard drive. I don't know if it works. I was too scared to plug it in, if I had to be honest, because I don't actually have anywhere to take the data. Even if it does work, I don't have anywhere to put it. So I didn't want to plug it in and find, oh, there's the death click, get the data off it fast. I have nowhere to put it. The drive hit the floor. Inky could think it's all trash, but it could hold something important. Inky could just have like a text document with, I don't know, fucking September 2008. I ate a cheese pasty or something, a cheese and onion pasty. To everyone else, that's bollocks. To me, that's important. You know, or I worked on XYZ project and such was a dickhead. Like, that might not seem like much to someone. To me, that's I really hope I've not broken that drive. If it turns out that I maybe risk plugging it in if I can get another drive and it makes the death click, I'm going to send it into a data recovery center. I was so angry at myself. I knew there was a drive up there, and all I did was pull a power cable, and I just heard this fucking thud. I didn't see the drive. I didn't see it on the side. It just fell off it must have fallen off the cabinet or been somewhere. It might not have fallen very far. It might have just been stood like that and fallen inside. I don't know, but it's a hard drive, and hard drives don't like vibration. So it wasn't spinning or anything, but still, it just. So I got really fucking angry. You know, the fact that I've potentially lost a vlog drive. I've now, in the process of trying to sort out one of my drives, I've potentially broken one of Inky's drives, and it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, I just remember the first time Inky had drive failure on. There's a little tower next to me. It used to be our old media PC. It was her old university PC that we turned into a media PC. The drive failed on it, and she lost like fucking everything. If it wasn't on a pen drive, she lost it. If it went on a pen drive or on the iPad or on one of the laptops or whatever, it was just fucking gone. This is back before cloud backups were really a thing. This is back before people even really worried about backups. She lost a whole lot, and I don't want that kind of shit to happen to Inky stuff again. That's why I'm so glad that Inky still kind of, to a degree, embraces physical whatevers, be it diaries, scrapbooking, whatever, rather than relying entirely on digital. If it turns out I have fucked it, I'll pay to get it repaired. So yeah, as I say, I was in a bit of a shit show. Every time Inky loses data or something breaks, I end up in a bit of a shit show about what she's lost, if she's lost anything at all. Like when her phone broke, and that was my fault as well. I freaked the fuck out about that as well. Even just losing one picture is enough to upset me. You know, that's really stupid, but I just get upset about losing little moments like that, especially with my memory being so bad, and considering they're not my moments, it just... That moment was important enough to take a picture of, or write something about, or whatever. Even if it's just like writing on the back of a receipt, it's still important. So I'm pissed off. Then Scribs came round with little Elena, and when Scribs first came round, I mean, I was an asshole. My mood was right on the floor. But we chatted for a bit. We're talking music and stuff like that, because he's now getting into the idea of setting up a home hi-fi system or a home audio system so that he can just sit down and listen to tunes. He's gone and got himself a DAP, and I said, look, I can give you some music, I can give you some FLAC and stuff like that. All of a sudden my SSD starts throwing up fucking annoying errors on my laptop. I don't know if it was my laptop or his media player's SD card, whether or not there were special characters in the file names that it didn't like. I'll try and move the files in question onto my one of my other DAPs and see if that freaks the fuck out, but I'm hoping I'm not losing a third drive in one day. But yeah, eventually I kind of leveled out, and we were just talking about all kinds of random crap and hanging out with the kids. William was a bit of a pain in the ass because he started showing off. And we're having a hell of a time with William right now anyway. Not William himself, but fucking dealing with the school and the local authority and trying to get things sorted out for his high school placement, and then just being assholes, and they're pushing bully boy tactics on us now to try and stop us from trying to get him to where we want him to go, and he will go where we say he will go, whether you like it or not. And it's like, well, he's not going to go there because you're a fucking asshole, and it's not going to help him any. This shouldn't be about fucking money, this should be about the kid's fucking future. I'm getting stressed by that too. It's been going on for a while now. I just haven't made a huge fuss about it, but so yeah, we were chatting, hanging out. That was nice. Talking guitars and bits and bobs like that. Scribs would like to get an electric so that he can learn to play guitar through something like Rocksmith, easier than if he had his acoustic or whatever. And I said if he wants to buy a cheap electric, he can buy one from Thomann. I want to buy some bits off Thomann, but not enough to qualify for free shipping. If he wants to put orders together with me, we'll get the free shipping. And as I said, that was rad. I was still scanning the book at the time, hanging out with the boys and Elena and Inky. There's that. And I've just finished the book, and I'm a little happier, a little higher up. Got a call from DeWald talking about his bass lesson. Seems to be having fun with it. I'm glad he's having fun with it. And now here we are. I really hope I haven't managed to destroy 3 hard drives in one day, or 3 drives in one day. When it rain, it pour, and we're all sick again, and it's fucking great. But I'm gonna head off. I've still got a live stream to do. I'm fucking tired, and I was then about to make dinner for me and Inky. We've already actually had something to eat, but I said I was gonna make like cheese and what was it, lamb and mint, and toasted cheese sandwiches, just for the lols. Hell of a mix to put in a sandwich, but it'll be groovy. And then I want to go fucking sleep. I mean, when I hit the save button on Inky's book, coming in at like, what was it, 3.5, 4.5 gigs, something like that, the machine froze, and I was like, I've spent all fucking day scanning this book, and it's still not perfect, but it's as good as I'm going to be able to do. And when it hung, I was like, oh no, please not again, not fucking again. Yeah. Gonna head off. Stressful day. Back up, back up, back up, especially if you can afford it. I hope you're well. I'll see you with a bit of luck tomorrow.